Somebody asked the question, why why do Christians want the country to be a theocracy? I'm actually making a video for you guys saying why a Christian shouldn't want America to be a theocracy. So if you live here in America, or I'd say this is true for anywhere that you're living, why you don't want your country to be a theocracy. Let's get to it. Okay, first of all, the idea of a theocracy is, and you can look it up on Google or something like that, but the idea is that you're running the place by a theology, by a belief, by a religious type of belief system, okay? And my number one reason I don't think a Christian should want their country to be a theocracy is because I don't think I can trust anyone but God to run something like that. And if you believe the Bible, you believe Revelation, that reign is going to come. The millennial kingdom will come. Like the whole idea of Jesus reigning on earth is going to come. It's going to happen. And now we're saying, yeah, we want that, but we don't want Jesus to run it. We believe that we can run it that way. I just kind of don't think so. We hardly agree on things about the Bible and things like that. And people talk about wars being fought over religion when we know they were fought over all kinds of things. And of course they throw religion in there. But yeah, I really just don't trust anyone but God to theologically and religiously be a nation standard for law and order. I just can't trust anyone but God to do that. One of the scriptures talks about in 1 Timothy 2:2. It says, I want to lead a life in all godliness and honesty. In our current system, that's possible. But in this theocracy, many aspects of how we worship and live out our faith can be dictated by the government. And so now, the things I believe and the freedom I have to express that, I don't have as much because now the government is telling me how I'm supposed to believe and how I'm supposed to express that belief. So that's my number one reason. If you're still watching and you like this video so far, so please go ahead and click a like. I'm new to this YouTube thing and I'm building the channel, and I want every video to be a little bit better than the last one. And so, but just go ahead and subscribe if you want to watch and see more content coming up. My second reason, the structure of a theocracy encourages debate and discord. We already don't like the way some of these debates go when we're talking politically speaking. You mix religion into that, it's going to be even worse. Even worse. See, it's different when Jesus is ruling, okay? He has the ultimate power and the ultimate authority, and everyone says, okay, if God said it, that's fine. But we know that the rest of us, we aren't God. And so when one person has an idea and another person has an idea, though we let those things clash because people won't back down oftentimes. If we were trying to have that conversation with God, we know we're going to be eaten alive by that. So, look, never mind, I'm not going to fight with the Lord. You're not the Lord, and I'm not the Lord. So a structure like that really just adds an extra layer on with debating and discord and empty arguments and things that really just don't lead to anything good. And if the Bible's telling us that we want to try to avoid contentions and vain disputations and empty arguing, basically, we're actually inviting more of it in at our highest levels, of leadership. We're inviting more of that in by saying, hey, let's have a theocracy. And then my third and final reason is that the very essence of human existence is free will. The very essence of human existence is free will. And our value is so precious partially because we can choose to love God and choose what degree we decide to love God. And a theocracy kind of diminishes that, maybe cheapens that. Of course, in a theocracy, you can't really tell someone what's in their heart. You can't do that in any system. And so we'll always maintain that sort of freedom. But how we express that love, how we express that devotion, now how we express it is being dictated to us. And what we can't do to express it is being dictated to us more and more. In America over here, we're a bit spoiled because we have freedom of religion built into our very Constitution or built into our Bill of Rights. Other countries don't have that. Still right now, places like Saudi Arabia and Iran and those kinds of places, they even the Vatican, right? They operate off of theocracies, and I personally don't want that, and I want the people in our country as easy as nice as I think it would be to wake up every morning and know that the rule of law is the Bible, and that it's, oh my goodness, I wake up, I look outside, and I come to work, and I know that I can freely talk about religion, freely talk about Christianity because that's my religion. I know that if people are involved, then all of a sudden what I believe about Christianity might be different than what the higher ups believed about Christianity. And now my free will starts to get a little bit squished in on because the government has already decided what it believes about certain things according to my beliefs. So I know I said that kind of weird, but at the end of the day, I think it can be restrictive even to Christians to have a theocracy. And at the end of the day, my big prayer is that I can lead a peaceable and quiet life just serving God. That's what the Bible says my prayer should be, that I can just live a peaceable and quiet life. I don't want the government coming in saying, hey, you didn't pray that right. Hey, aren't you supposed to be taking Sabbath days off? Hey, aren't you supposed to this and aren't you supposed to that? I don't want that. And I believe that God didn't want that for us either. Here's a bonus one, number 4. When you think about the Old Testament law, and they did kind of live in a type of theocracy where, the Jews were required to follow a system of law. That system of law didn't last. Eventually, the Bible tells us in Galatians that law was the schoolmaster. It was like being in school. And eventually they graduated from that law. They were supposed to learn what they were supposed to, they had lessons they were supposed to learn about what it meant to be good, what it meant to be holy, what it meant to follow God. And they would learn that, from the law. It was necessary then, but now we get to operate by the principle of the law more than the letter of the law itself. And that's what I think that's something I think is important that we maintain, even at a country level, that we maintain the essence of what God was trying to do and show us and saying, all right, I've taught you this system of law for hundreds and hundreds of years. Now you're free from it to choose to be obedient without the law having to tell you how to do that. So that's why I believe a Christian shouldn't even want America to be a theocracy, so we can maintain our freedom. Thanks for tuning in today. I'll tackle another question at another time. Hope that you guys come back to my channel and watch it. Thanks.